We classify computer memory into two types. These two types are main memory and secondary memory. While we see main memory is furthermore divided into three categories: internal processor memory, RAM, and ROM. But while we talk about internal processor memory, it has been furthermore divided into two furthermore category, which are cache memory as well as registers. But whenever we see the secondary memory is that type of memory which store your data permanent, and it has been divided into magnetic memory, optical memory, and chip memory. Let's discuss the main memory. What main memory is? Basically, it is known as primary as well as internal memory. What is stored inside it? It contains program as well as data which are going to be processed or which are processing. Okay, so it holds that data as well as instruction for processing. Main memory used to store data that is used by a system, a startup, or run various types of program such as operating system and other program. So why we used main memory? Main memory is utilized for turning on your computer, means at a startup. Okay, while you turn on your computer, what is load inside it? Whole operating system is load inside your main memory, and some other programs are also stored or loaded inside your main memory. Whenever you want to run a Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, or Paint program, or any other program, so it will be first of all loaded inside the main memory. How physically it looks like? Main memory is a memory which is just stored on a chip, or just physically it shows on a card where chips are stored or where chips are embedded, and we attach that card, okay, to your motherboard. What is the range of the main memory? Main memory range from several MBs to the GBs. While I was a student, in my computer I got 256 MB RAM. I'm talking about P1 computer or Pentium 2 computer. At that time we got 256 MB RAM, okay, or 128 MB RAM. But right now with our computer we got in GBs RAM, 4 GB RAM, 8 GB RAM, 6 GB RAM, okay, 12 GB RAM. It depends upon system to system. Whenever you load a software, okay, so the data is coming from where? The data is coming from your secondary storage or storage medium to your main memory, and then it goes from your main memory to the processor for execution or processing. We categorize main memory into three types, and these are internal processing memory, RAM, and ROM. Internal processor memory, as its name shows, that it is the memory which will be inside the processor or which will be close to the processor. So these memory are directly accessible by the CPU. Okay, here the word CPU and processor have some difference. Maybe your processor got 4 CPUs, maybe your processor got 2 CPUs. It depends upon processor types. So cache memory and registers are the example of such memories. So we got two types of internal processing memory, which is cache memory and processor registers. These are the fastest memory. Okay, if we talk about cache memory and we talk about register, the fastest memory is these two types, and they are also expensive. Remember that while you are buying your system, you check it out how much MB cache memory is inside it. If the cache memory is 256 KB, okay, its price will be different. If it's 1 MB, 2 MB cache memory, its price will be different. Okay, these cache memory are small in size. Remember that, because these internal processing register will be of same size, but size of cache memory change. So let's discuss about cache memory. What cache memory is? Cache memory is a small amount of high-speed semiconductor memory which exists inside the microprocessor or on the motherboard of a computer. Here we can say that it is inside the processor. Okay, inside the microprocessor. I'm using a word microprocessor here because while we talk about L1 cache memory, L1 is inside the CPU, but while we talk about L3 cache memory, L3 is a shared memory which is inside the microprocessor. L1 is inside the CPU, L3 is inside the microprocessor. And remember that your microprocessor can have 2, 4 or 6 CPUs. This memory stores some active portion of main memory. Okay, for which purpose it is used? Okay, whenever the data is coming from your main memory, first of all it will reach to the L2 or L3, and then from L2 L3 it goes to the L1 memory. So whenever your processor is doing processing, okay, so it need data, and the data is coming from L1 cache. So the active portion of data will be stored on a L1 cache memory. So we can say that it lies between the main memory and processor. So if you see here, microprocessor and main memory. So these memories are in between the microprocessor and main memory. The main purpose of cache memory is that it stores the active portion of main memory. Remember that, okay? When an information is required by processor, so it does not directly access to the main memory. It first of all check in a cache memory that it is available or not. Okay, when it is available, so it directly process that. If it is not available in a cache memory, it is fetched from main memory and then it will come to the L1 cache or L2 or L3 cache. So there are three types of cache memories. One is L1, L2 and L3. L1 cache memory is built inside the microprocessor chip. But here in your book it is written like this, but here I am going to furthermore explain it that L1 cache is built inside the CPU, central processing unit, okay, not inside the microprocessor chip. All these memories are right now they are coming in a microprocessor. The fastest one is a L1 cache memory because it is too much close to the CPU. While we talk about L2 and L3 cache memory, they are separate chip which are on motherboard. They can be accessed more quickly than your main memory. Okay, so L3 right now they are also coming on a microprocessor. L3 is known as a which one memory? Shared memory. L3 memory is known as a shared memory. Means if you have two processor or if you have two CPUs or four CPUs inside your microprocessor, so L3 memory will be shared between first CPU, second CPU, third CPU and fourth CPU. But L1 is not shared. L1 will be inside every CPU. Okay, right now we don't get L2 cache memory which was on a motherboard. In latest processor we got L1 and L3 cache memories. Processor registers. Okay, registers are what? They are small memory, or we can say that the smallest memory inside your computer, that is known as a register. They are available inside your microprocessor, or we can say that they are available inside the CPU, central processing unit. Okay, what its functionality is: it store your data temporarily in a binary format and pass it to the another part of processor or CPU or to the main memory during the execution of program or instruction. So when data is processing, the data is stored inside the register. I'm talking about when data is processing during execution. So the data will be stored where, or the program will be stored where? Inside the register. Let's suppose we say that addition of two number is 4 and 6. So right now inside the microprocessor, this 2 4 and 6, sorry, not 2, 4 and 6 will be stored inside the register. Whenever the data is given to the ALU, so it goes from register to the ALU. Whenever the result 10 is generated from ALU, so it will be transferred first of all to the register, and that 10 will be stored in a one of the register type, which is a accumulator register. From accumulator register, it will be then transferred to your main memory. Some commonly used register which is inside the microprocessor are accumulator, instruction register, data register, program counter register, memory address register, or memory buffer registers. Laterly, we will discuss about these types of register, but not here.